What do you do when faced with unexpected challenges in your marriage? Welcome to part 3 of our couples reflection on Christmas blog series. Today, Ray shares reflections specifically aimed at encouraging husbands who may feel overwhelmed by the complexities of relationships. As we look into the story of Joseph, we see how receiving the angel's message transformed his fear into action and love for Mary. Join us as we explore how embracing faith can help husbands navigate uncomfortable situations and foster a deeper commitment to their wives. Here's Ray.
The story shows that the angel appeared to Joseph and explained to Mary's condition. Following God's will, we will see that this message didn't just come to Joseph as an instruction for a religious act. Rather, his action showed evidence of what was in his heart and mind. In Matthew 1, verse 19, Joseph is noted as a righteous man who did not want to disgrace Mary. In such a situation where Mary's condition could also drag his name into what was then considered a disgrace, God's righteousness flowing in him resulted in his loving and caring for Mary. Although the Bible doesn't specifically mention the exact vulnerability of Joseph due to the situation, we can safely conclude from the angel's opening message, "Don't be afraid," that it recognized humanity, natural response of fear or discomfort when facing uncertainties or difficult situation. Particularly during time, the culture was quite aggressive towards women who were pregnant outside of marriage, considered unclean and liable to be stoned to death. Deuteronomy 22, verses 20 to 21. His encounter with the angel led to a more profound understanding of the situation and a courageous act for his role in this life-changing event. Today, we may no longer be living in a generation that disgraces women who are no longer virgins or who become pregnant before marriage. However, if we look deeper into today's many relationships, we will recognize that this uncomfortable situation has translated into many forms. Those uncomfortable discoveries about a wife can trigger fear, discomfort, or worse, dismay in a husband. Surely, every man wants to have a good wife. Our considerable acceptance of whatever concerns arise will pass the boundaries we set if we don't see any drastic harm it could bring to our manhood. When I met my wife, Annie, she was honest and upfront about the bad decisions she had made in her life and the consequences she faced. I appreciated her honesty, which clearly communicated to me how she wanted to change the course of her life. Her situation may have put some fear and hardship on her end, but I found myself willing to take her despite that. As the years went on, I discovered more about her, and not all of these discoveries were appealing. Most of the time, they led to very difficult conflict over a decade of being together. I learned to manage and slowly embrace Annie, but when I came to know Jesus Christ, things changed. It was only through him that I experienced a change in how I viewed my wife, our marriage, and our family. Today, when we face difficulties, we rely on our commitment to anchor our lives and marriage to Christ. His grace enables us to have the courage to seek Him and obey Him. It's not easy, and both of us have been very honest about how difficult it is to be amid spiritual warfare, wanting to obey God but battling the desire of our flesh. Only through His grace and unconditional love does my volition remains in line with Him. There are many moments when both of us find ourselves in fear while facing certain seasons. But I constantly remind myself how wonderful Father God is. We can come to Him for help and guidance. Just as Joseph showed evidence of fear, God sent an angel to remind him to take courage and to receive instructions on how to deal with the situation. Today, we may not be expecting an angel to give us instruction on how to fulfill our role according to God's design. But let's not forget His promise that we will not be journeying through this life alone. It's a matter of how intentional we are in anchoring our minds and heart to Jesus and cultivating a relationship with Him. Then we will have the opportunity to recognize the instructions He's giving us. Matthew Henry said, God's time to come in with instruction to His people is when they are nonplussed and at a stand. God's comfort, more delight, the soul in the multitude of its perplexed thoughts. God often chooses to give direction and wisdom to His people when they are in a state of confusion or uncertainty. The term nonplussed refers to being perplexed or puzzled, while at a stand signifies being stuck or unsure about what to do next. This means that during moments of difficulty, doubt, or indecision, God is particularly present and ready to offer His guidance. If we sincerely seek God, we will recognize and appreciate the comfort that God provides during times of distress and confusion. When we are overwhelmed by troubling thoughts or worries, it is God's assurance and comfort that can truly bring peace and delight to the soul. In other words, divine comfort has a powerful effect when one faces trials, as it illuminates the darkness of uncertainty and sorrow. Fellow husband, we may be facing many challenges and threats to our marriage in today's culture and generation. But let's not forget that God is especially near to His people in their struggles and confusion. It is truly important to continuously seek God's guidance and comfort during such times, highlighting that His support can lead to profound relief and joy amidst of life's challenges. It serves as a reminder of hope that God can bring when one feels lost or troubled. That's Jesus Christ. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Matthew 6, verse 33.
Before we close, we want to invite you to engage with us and support the Couples Journey blog series podcast. By following this channel, leaving comments, and sharing episodes with your family and friends, you're helping us in our mission to transform marriages today. Your support encourages more couples to seek God's guidance and grow stronger together. Thank you for being part of this journey. Together, we can make a difference. Here's the final part of today's episode.
Thank you for joining us for this encouraging discussion in part 3 of Couples Reflection on Christmas. Ray's insights remind us of the importance of seeking God's guidance amidst life's challenges and the value of anchoring our hearts to Christ. We hope this message empowers you in your marriage journey. Don't forget to stay tuned tomorrow for part 4 of our series, where Annie will share her reflections for wives, offering valuable insights for their own journeys of faith and love.
Did you know that the first book authored by Ray and Annie, titled Couples Journey, Restore, Relearn, Rejoice, has evolved into an inspiring 3-book series? From book 1, which they shared, the inspiring narrative reveals God's continuous transforming work, showing how even the most broken paths can be made new and deeply connected through His grace. Book 2 is a comprehensive workbook that serves as a practical guide for understanding and living out God's biblical blueprint for marriage. Filled with engaging exercises, thought-provoking discussions, and personal reflection tools, it empowers you and your spouse to actively engage with divine design, transforming insights into actionable steps for every aspect of your relationship. Book 3 is a 52-week devotional, your essential resource for cultivating a consistent spiritual habit centered around biblical conversation, both as a couple and within your small group. Each week, through thoughtfully crafted reflections and the unique Drash method, you'll be equipped to deepen your connection with Christ and each other, turning your marital relationship into a lifelong journey of discipleship. Are you ready to truly live out God's design for your marriage? The Couples Journey series offers the wisdom, tools, and encouragement you need to embark on this incredible path of restoration, relearning, and rejoicing. You can get your book copies through Amazon or visit the website www.couplesjourney.org.